this video was recommended for you, this is your sign to go outside and take the time to enjoy life a little bit. Of course, I am excluded in that list of people who need to go outside because I'm just special. But overall, I've been thinking about life a little bit, and I've kind of realized just how much YouTube and just being online in general has negatively affected me over the past 4 years. So a little bit of a trigger warning for possibly some dark topics that might be mentioned in this video. If any of that might bother you, you might want to click off of this one. I would appreciate that you watch it, or maybe put it on the background to help out the algorithm or my watch hours. But of course, if you're uncomfortable with those topics, you do not have to stay. So let's get into this. So overall, you guys know how I am. YouTube has been my dream career for my whole life, ever since I was a kid. Even before I had a YouTube channel officially, whenever I was younger, probably 8 or 9 years old, I'd walk around with my phone recording things like, hey guys, so this is what I'm doing. Oh, this is my dog, by the way. Oh, she's licking her butt. Nice. That is absolutely something that I would do. But overall, as a little kid, I would record things and be like, hey guys, this is for YouTube. But obviously, I didn't know how to post it to YouTube, but I always thought that, I would be a huge YouTuber for whatever reason. I never would have thought that this would be how it turned out, but I'm not complaining because I don't regret being a furry, ever. So I am really grateful for all the support that I've gotten. I'm really grateful for this journey that I have gone on, although it's been chaotic and sometimes not a good chaotic. Overall, I'm still really happy with where I am in my career right now, and hopefully I can do a little better, which unfortunately my videos aren't getting as many views for some reason. So maybe make sure to leave a like and a comment to maybe help me out a little bit. Thank you guys. But overall, I'm doing great, and unfortunately I was not doing so great in the past, so that's what I'm going to be talking about. So overall, thankfully there hasn't been much YouTube drama. There's obviously been some, but not an overwhelming amount until this recent incident, but that's not going to be the topic of today's video. I think I've finished talking about that. I really don't need to think about that anymore, but I'm just thinking about past drama that has really gone crazy and has kind of contributed to some anxiety in me that's kind of brought me down, because whenever I started my channel, I was 12 or 13. I'm pretty sure I was 13 because I recently became a furry, and I started posting the cringe emo furry animations. So I was 13 years old, and I was a really weird kid. I was into some weird stuff, or so I thought I was, because it seemed cool. So I think the biggest thing that really affected me at that time is getting so badly bullied for things that I genuinely didn't know were wrong. Now, I've done and said a few things online, so there's a lot to cover, which I would rather not, but just as an example, I'm going to use vor. Whenever I was younger, I made a few vor videos just because, and I've gotten so much hate for supposedly having that fetish, which I didn't even know was a fetish at that time, because mind you, I was 13 years old. So, although that didn't really affect me, that is just an example of, among several things that have affected me. This is also your reminder not to bully children who are misinformed. Gosh, these people really need to work on themselves, huh? Now, one thing that really makes me mad in life is when people ask, why am I depressed? Well, I don't really know how depression works, but I've had depression for the past however many years. For some reason, I just feel down. I wake up and I feel just dragged down. I just can't, I can't ever be productive, apparently, because I suck at uploading. I am so sorry. But overall, just having depression has really mentally drained me so much. And unfortunately, I was almost not here today talking. So if that says anything about how bad it got without directly saying it, obviously you probably get that. So I'm just glad that I'm here for you guys to talk to. I'm glad that I'm still here. So this is where it gets kind of dark. Of course, YouTube has I'm not going to say YouTube caused my depression because I don't really know what caused it. It doesn't really need a direct reason or a cause. I think a big part of it was, just how my life was back a few years ago and, my, living condition or whatever, just a lot of problems. And, thankfully, I'm having a little bit of a better life now. I've moved recently, and I have my YouTube taking off. So people ask me a lot, why are you still sad? And to be honest, I don't know why I'm sad. I'm not really sad. It's just depression. So as I've been thinking a little bit, and I had a really deep, existential crisis last night, and I was like, well, YouTube has really harmed me a lot. So that was kind of my idea for today's video. I just wanted to talk about it, and not really so much to get this off my chest, because I think I get a lot off my chest and put a lot on you guys, which is not your guys' problem. You don't have to come for me in the comments or whatever. But I just wanted you guys to maybe be able to relate to this, or even take this as advice to don't let the internet stress you out. Go outside. Of course, I'm a hypocrite because I don't go outside, but don't listen to me. I mean, do listen to me, but don't take my don't take my role model, don't follow in my footsteps. I can't talk today. Listen to my words, but not my actions. Go outside. Go touch grass. Go breathe the oxygen provided to you by the trees. Inhale it deeply. What the hell is this kind of tutorial? Yes, guys, if y'all get me to 10 likes on this video, I will do a tutorial on how to go outside. Because apparently some of you need it, and I need it too, so it might not be accurate because don't go outside. So overall, don't let yourself get stuck online, because I feel that I've wasted a lot of my precious, sliver of a childhood I had left stressing about YouTube and, stressing about the drama and just overall stressing myself out over all of this. And it was really unnecessary, and I wish that I had taken the time to just take life a little more slowly and not really focus on a long-term career as much, but it is what it is, and my YouTube is how it is now, so I'm not complaining. But overall, I just hope you guys can make better choices than me and make it better, make your life better than mine. Again, guys, go outside. It's probably good for you. But anyways, thank you all so much for watching. I hope y'all have an amazing day. There's nothing else to say here. I really can't. My brain is not functioning anymore. Anyway, that's all for today, guys. Bye!